Introducing first. In the blue corner, Ryno's sports cards. In the pink corner, the Neon Ghost. We've been over the rules. There are no rules. This is the Neon Ryno Show.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. A little bit under the weather. I think I just went hard all week. Like shop has been blessed busy, and I think I just yesterday, man, I kind of relaxed, made some tacos, watching wrestling, and then a little bit of a cough all night, and then so I just felt like crap. I just felt
Yeah.
like crap this morning. I just feel kind of like, well, man,
I think
cold.
it's
Really
I
is
think
what
it's
it is,
weather
bro.
change
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
the
need to sit outside and
drasticness.
get some sunshine.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get into the shit show that was WrestleMania. But first, I sent you a thing on Instagram and I want you to explain to me what is the tag grading system thing?
Tag is a company that's similar to PSA, Beckett, SGC. It's I actually reached out to them and haven't heard back. So Tag, if you ever catch this, please reach out. What they're doing is Tag is the first one that actually does completely AI. Well, I don't know if they're the first. They're doing it the best so far. So it's completely AI, and they put the card in, it scans it, and then when you get your card back, there's a QR code that you can scan it, and it lets you know of any imperfections on there, which is fantastic. So if you get a nine, it tells you why you got a nine. Back corner whitening, scratch on the front. So what they've actually done is they're going to be putting a stand-up kiosk in one of the shops in Vancouver, Canada, where you can drop off your card. 2 hours later, get it slabbed. Like it'll come out of the machine all slabbed up for you, done on site. Dude, that's so cool. They've tried it before, not Tag, but other companies have tried it before where they sent it out to other collectors, and other collectors kind of said, I think it's a 9, I think it's a 10, things like that. Tag actually just does it just pure AI and lets it take over.
And you being in the business and in the hobby, is this a good thing, a bad thing? Like we're bringing AI into this now? Like what's your thoughts on this?
I love it because it takes the human error out of it. You know, the thing that PSA gets the bad rap for during COVID when when they shut down, then they were trying to hire a bunch of people. The guy that was the CEO, I believe, of of PSA at that time said basically you could be working at Taco Bell one day, PSA the next. And it is all human error what we think. We can look at a card and say, I don't like it. It's a 9. You can have a bad day. Your wife, could piss you off before you leave. Your husband could piss you off before you leave. And then you're looking at these cards that can be worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And from my understanding, from one of the other guys that makes content, Boston Card Hunter, he did an interview with one of the guys that works at PSA. They literally give him like 28 seconds, 25 to 28 seconds to look at each card. Like that's just not
That's
enough
too
time to look at those high-end, really nice cards. I know because I sent in my Max Crosby manga and it got a 9. Man, I don't know where you could have found an imperfection on that card. We sent it to two different pre-graders. They looked at, they checked it, like this might be an absolute perfect card to send to Beckett because it was just there was nothing wrong with it. So with Tag, the problem is though is that the industry currently right now sits with PSAs on PSA's jock. Everybody loves PSA, so that's what's going to lead the market, right? So if you get a tag, you may spend 15, 20 bucks to do it, but when you go to resell it, you're getting a fraction of what PSAs actually sell for.
could that potentially eventually change, especially right now? We'll talk about it maybe next week after I read it about it more and learn more about it so I can ask questions. But there's some gnarly lawsuit right now with PSA having a monopoly. So if
Yeah.
which they kind of do, as we've talked about, me personally, like I think it's bullshit that they're the biggest one out there that makes all the rules. That's crap. But
Well,
if that becomes a
yeah.
thing, would that make room for a situation like tag?
It will. And the reason that it's a monopoly is that the parent company that owns PSA purchased SGC, said we're going to keep things as normal. They dismantled SGC and their wait times went up, their services went up. They dismantled it. Then the parent company purchased Beckett. Beckett's same thing happened to them. They're starting to dismantle them as well. So when you own the three largest grading companies in the United States, in the world, really, I mean, PSA is all over the place. That's a problem. That's a monopoly. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can charge what you want. You can turn your wait times to what you want. Until the mass, like I love tags slabs. I think they're clear. I think they're beautiful. I think some higher end cards look fantastic in them. I don't really do much with CGC. CGC is more known for like comic books, Pokemon, things like that. But even that, if you grade a CGC card, a Black Label 10, like their pristine 10, and you get a 10 PSA, I mean, you're looking at 35, 40% different in cost wise from PSA to CGC.
That's so messed up.
I agree. I agree. So people say like, I don't care. I'll just send it to CGC. I just want it slabbed. One day you're gonna want to sell it. That's the unfortunate part. Is that one day you're gonna look at that and you're gonna be like, oh damn, this card's worth a bunch of money right now. Let me see what I can sell it because there's not a lot of true collectors out there anymore. Like when the money talks, like they go for it, you know. And I get it. Shoot, I'm right there, man. I look at some of my PC cards that are, a couple $1,000s, and I'm like, I could kind of use that couple $1,000s right now, you know. And so it's if they're not graded with PSA, unfortunately, you do take a percentage hit.
But Rhino Sports Collectors, well, they'll put a tag machine in their shop in a heartbeat.
Bro, I put one in a heartbeat. I'll carve out whatever corner they want to get a tag machine in there. How cool would that be, dude? That
That'd
would
be
be
awesome.
rad to have a tag machine in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially being in Washington. Like I would either like obviously like DJ's or yours, both. I mean, you're in vastly different areas, but
yeah,
to have one in the Pacific Northwest Washington area, like it would make sense to at least try it out.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I know DJs does do submissions for customers, which I can't get into all of that stuff, man. Waiting 4 months for a card and then a customer calling you every single week, finding out where their card's at. And then if PSA, like with the Max Crosby, I sent it in a month and a half before they even opened up the package, and I paid for the higher submission. It's like 400 or something dollars for the submission, and they didn't even open the package for a month and a half. They said the label was messed up. That's like the third time they've said that.
And then you have the added factor of you think like I put a card in there and I think it's a 6, and they're like, no, this is an 8. Now you got to pay us this much more. Someone not
Yeah.
understanding that and calling you. Now they're gonna be mad at you, wondering why. Like that's just gonna add a whole more
Yeah,
headaches.
yeah, the upcharges, the fees, you have to have a really big credit card. Like if you're going to be doing that for customers, customers are turning in some large cards. So when the up prices come back on you, you have to have a very big balance to be able to pay for all the stuff up front to then hit up the customer and say, "Hey man, you know that Jordan rookie that we thought was going to be a 5 or a 6 just came back a 7, and 7 is like, double the money. So then there's going to be even more money for your fees."
Yep. So what boxes did you open this week at the shop?
What is that?
What boxes did you open this weekend at the shop?
I opened up a case of WWE Chrome blasters,
And
and I got the best card out of the entire case was a Tiffy Time out of 25 orange.
not bad.
I got Ivar Auto. I got um some different like silvers and stuff like. I got a lot of the buybacks, for like the Cody Rhodes buyback stuff. I got a lot of that. I wish it was Valkyr or Stephanie, yeah, Stephanie Valkyr because man, I pulled some bangers of hers.
Yeah, you did.
Um, but yeah, no, we opened up that case. It's retail, man. Like I tell a lot of people, it's fun, it's affordable, no guaranteed hits in it, and the case hit was a Triple H. Oh, it looks like a Helix. Oh my goodness, it looks like a Helix, but it's not a Helix. The Helix has like the swirly colors in the background. This one has
Yeah.
like it's like Speedway or something like that with it. But that was the case hit out of it. It was Triple H,
What
which I'm
was
okay
the
with 'cause I like him.
yeah, of course, of course. What was the I guess it was a little over a week ago now, but there was a there was a baseball box you opened. It had one of the coolest cards ever in it with all the bats.
Yeah, we actually just loaded that onto eBay. I opened up a Leaf Lumber 2025 Leaf Lumber, and that actually had it had a booklet of 8 bat relics, and the top ones on there: Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, it was like the who's
It,
who of baseball.
McGuire, Bonds, everybody
Yeah,
was on there. Everybody
yeah,
was on
Barry
there.
Bonds. That's right. Yeah, Barry Bonds. Jeez, I keep looking back at that video and I check it out because it's at like 1,700 views on it. It has a lot of views on there, and then we're getting a lot of traction on eBay. It's funny, Max. I think I've told you this when we first started doing the podcast. I was a firm believer, still am, man. Even though I pulled that, is that history like that, like Babe Ruth's bat, Mickey Mantle's bat, shouldn't be taken apart. They shouldn't be shredded down for a Leaf product, a Topps product, a Panini product like that. It needs to go in the history, but like put it in the museum. Like they're never going to touch another bat again, right? So the fact that we're shredding bats to put it inside of a relic booklet, very cool for the collectors, man. I don't take that away from them. I was excited when I got it, but also like it is knowing that now there's one less bat that Babe Ruth actually used out there because
Yeah,
they're all game used. It's all game
yeah,
used
that's fair.
pieces. Yeah,
But I would assume there's got to be like there's definitely some in a museum. But I see what you're saying,
there
where
are.
like if you
The
could,
big
if
ones are in the museum, right? The pointing to the
yeah,
outfield, hitting like
yeah,
those are a lot of that stuff is gloves. That type of stuff's in the museum. All I'm saying is that there's you're not going to get this piece of history back. The person's
yeah,
long gone.
yeah.
So yeah,
But having that card with all of those pieces of history is still dope. But I do see what you're saying of
it is dope.
there should be a
I agree.
trophy in somewhere that has just the bats in it. That would be cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what I like. I like
yeah,
that a lot.
yeah. All right, let's get into WrestleMania. I'm gonna say it. Let's see if you agree. Night one was trash. It
Yeah,
was dog shit. It was a pile of trash in New York during the garbage strike in August.
it made a lot of those matches made no sense. The
No.
timing of them, what they did, how short some of the matches were, some of the walkouts were just strange. Yeah, up until even the last one. The last one, again, they are going so many different angles with it that I had no idea what was even happening. I was like, is Randy going babyface now? Is he, oh, he's staying heel? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Yeah, they feel like they rushed through a lot of it. Night one, in my opinion, was garbage.
yeah.
Thank goodness for night two.
Night one, it felt like Raw on steroids. It
Correct.
did not feel like WrestleMania. It felt like what are we doing? It almost made me not want to watch night two, but like of course I was going to, which I'm glad I did. But after night one, I remember like when it was over, I was like, this is trash. This is what
Yeah,
we're doing. Like
yeah.
the uh McIntyre and Jacob fight. Only good one on there. And again, that could have been a main event on Raw.
Absolutely. And it could have been more. Like, I get it, like they want to show the crowd all the stuff, but like take him up to the Jumbotron. Do a Kevin Owens type spot. Have
Yeah.
Fatu go flying off a Jumbotron up there, like a big explosion on WrestleMania. Like, I feel like they copped out a lot. A lot of the time, I feel like they copped out with it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, that was probably for me the only match on night one that I was like, well, this was kind of a cool match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we shouldn't be having that with WrestleMania. We should have been like, oh my God, and then oh my God, and then oh my God. And we were just like the whole time.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it almost
Yeah,
felt
what's
like when
next?
we watched the Royal Rumble. It literally felt like that again. It was so disappointing.
That's
And
very
then
true.
night two was a banger. Night two felt like WrestleMania. Also, I
Dude,
didn't need John Cena there for any of it.
what the hell was he even doing there? That was so
It
weird.
was dumb. It
Yeah,
was
that
dumb.
was just dumb. Everything about him being there didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Night two though, night two set it off. Night two
Night.
from the
Oh,
opening bell was
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think what do you have an issue with Trick Williams? Do I not know something?
I just don't like him.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy the athleticism like some of these new guys are bringing up and stuff like that. I guess it's just that title. I don't know. I see that working man's title on people. Let's see if he works. Let's see if he uses it because he beat Sami Zayn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, like, let's see how that goes. Let's see if he can whoop that trick every night when he's wrestling.
So the door's
Um,
not closed. He just needs to
no.
earn it for you.
Yeah, man. I feel like they shoved him down our throat from NXT to there, and I felt like it was just kind of like a big push because it's the new generation. They used a performing artist that is a big name in the community right now to really push him as well. He came out with a fucking tail like a CVS receipt out there. I mean, it was I don't know, man. It's again sometimes my purist of like the wrestling stuff gets me because that's he did a good job. It was a fun match. There were some weird botches in it though.
Yeah.
I feel like night two had a lot of those strange botches in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the ladder match? I thought it was a good match.
It was a great match. That was a fantastic man. I think you no, it was one of my other buddies texted me during it. JD McDonough, man, what an underrated superstar.
Dude.
Like they use
Dude.
him to take bumps, like
And
and
he
that
takes them.
guy, bro, he takes him. He's good. Like I had said Penta, that was my pick for winning it just because I thought I was like that kind of stage, it would make sense to get the belt on Penta right there. What did you think about the Dirty Dom fight?
I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. I liked the aspect, the coup de grace to the table again. I don't understand how this finishing move works. Uh, I
Yeah,
liked I liked the demon being there. I think he doesn't need to be at every Monday night, but if he was at, let's say, every PLE or every WrestleMania, and then those are what we build towards. We've talked about this before. I think that's the type of spot you need to use him for.
right.
But and I guess Dom for me is what Trick Williams is for you. Like I'm
Yeah.
still even like right now, I'm not on the Dom train. He's great. He's athletic. He's been around forever. Like I get it. I'm not a fan. I'll never be a fan. I just don't get it. But then when you see him go against a guy like the Demon and selling, you think there's a point where you're like, oh, they're gonna give this to Dom, and yeah, I thought, all right, like maybe one day Dom will get there. I don't ever see him, kind of like Logan Paul. I don't ever want to see you be WWE champion and face of the company, but I'm kind of appreciating the fact that you're around.
Yeah, and I get why they do that. You bring up Logan Paul, like I show speed, being out there and stuff like that. It's just I don't know, man. Like
I
it's
think the
there's
thing
so much talent that got left off the card that
that's what I
could
was
have
about to
been
say.
on there.
What
Yeah,
you were I was gonna say what you said a minute ago, the purist in me, I don't need I show speed. You could have put anyone else in that spot that's on the roster or bring someone on from NXT that like I don't know who they are. Like when they Obi showed up and it was like, who the hell's this guy? You could have done that with someone for that spot. But even that match was trash.
yeah,
We didn't need that match. There was no reason for that match. We're basically just throwing LA Knight a bone so his face is out there and he gets to drive the big truck and all that. Like, we didn't, LA and Logan, like, let's do that again at least. Like, we didn't
right.
need the Usos. We didn't need that 6-man tag just for I Show Speed to hit the big bump off the table. Like, we're good, guys. We're good. We
That's
don't
all
need
it was,
this.
dude. It led
Yeah.
up to that. That's all that did. It led up to that big bump of him jumping off there like Logan did
Yeah.
during the Royal Rumble or no, whatever the heck that was that he did that. That was the only reason that they did that. It's
Yep.
to set up that spot.
Yep. And we think of Rollins and Gunther.
You know, I liked Rollins' entrance a lot. I was excited about that. You called that with Braun coming back. I'm tired of, like the vision crap, to be honest with you. So Braun
Yeah.
coming back is fine, and they couldn't have Gunther lose because of what it's weird because I think that they were going to try to set up Gunther retiring Rey Mysterio and Brock. I think that they're going to try to do that like they did with Orton, take out some of these big boys. Um, so I'm glad that he didn't lose because they can still do the Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam. Because obviously Brock won't be there. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think that it's always nice to see Seth in a match just because he always brings it and
Yeah.
it's always rad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think Brock's really done?
I do.
There was a feeling in it, like, and I think it was an unexpected thing. Like when you watch, and Heyman is great at what he does. He is one of the best. He Hall of Fame, all this stuff. But there was a moment when the camera was on him and his face didn't look ready for that, and the camera cuts away from him real quick. And then when he's in the ring and Brock does this, I was like,
Yeah,
oh shit, is this real? Like, I wonder if
yeah.
Brock really had just decided in that moment, I'm done. I'm good.
He probably realized too that like it's a lot on his body. Like it's taxing getting ready for it, doing everything with it, and then being in a match like that, taking a power slam that you're what 9 feet in the air like that. Those bumps start to hurt your brain after a while, and he has so much stuff going on. You know, Brock is a busy dude outside of
Yeah.
wrestling, anyways.
What I think potentially happens is he comes out on Raw to say his goodbye. Gunther attacks him. That builds up to their SummerSlam. That's the only way I see Brock still being around. The other hand of that, it kind of is. We knew Cena was retiring. We knew AJ was retiring. It is kind of very fitting for none of us to see it coming. Brock retires. He actually looked like he like broke character, was in tears, thanking the crowd and all that. Like if you think about it, that, kind of fits Brock Lesnar to just decide in that moment, I'm done. And so
It
that's where it'll
does.
be interesting to see. Is he really
Yeah.
done?
Yeah, I have so much more respect for him too. Put Oba over the way that he did, um, which is making everybody. I mean, everybody was already talking about Oba, but then you have like Roman Reigns at the end of the show talking about Oba on the post show as well, which that was because of what Brock did for him and how well he made him look. He made him look like an indestructible force. And he got his licks in as well, which was really cool because that's what Lesnar had to do. It couldn't have just been a squash, just to walk in there, oh, but powerbomb, call it good. It had to be a little bit of a back and forth, and I think they did a good job of that.
Yeah. And our girl Rhea won. Oh, well, Liv won, which we both wanted. We knew that was coming, so we got to give that to her. But Rhea won, and the best part about that is you could tell she tried as hard as she could to make Jade look good, and it just did not work.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Yeah, she did. She worked and tried, and even a lot of those spots, like that, she's just not ready for the main event. She's a good wrestler. She's big, athletic. She's just not ready for the main event. And when Bianca came back, she started walking out, and I was like, she's pregnant. Holy crap!
Did you
I was
really?
like,
I didn't.
you didn't see that?
I thought it was weird. I was like,
Oh,
why are we now? Like, this is how we're saying she's back. Like, what are we doing? Like, I didn't know that was coming.
yeah, I figured that she was pregnant, just coming out in the Nature Boy Ric Flair robe.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
fair.
yeah, she's hiding a baby bump, and good
Had a
for her.
baby. Yeah,
Congratulations to
yeah.
to Bianca and her husband. That's awesome.
Guess maybe now he has a reason to not be around. I don't know why he hasn't been around, but now he
I
has a
don't
reason to
know.
not be around.
Yeah, he got a little chunky. They had him on like the Indies. He
I
got a
did
little
see
bit
that.
big. They're
Yeah, I
making fun
did
of
see that.
Montez a little bit.
Yep. Uh, what'd you think? I thought Cody or Roman and Punk was a hell of a lot better match than I was expecting it to be.
Me too. I'm glad that they added in a little bit of like the disqualification style stuff.
Yeah, out of
You
nowhere,
know,
all of a
like,
sudden, like they were out of the ring for way more
yeah,
than 10. He hits him with stairs. So I
yeah,
was like, well, this is over. Punk retains. I mean, keep going, but like, what are we doing here, guys?
yeah,
But
exactly. I
yeah,
was
far
I was
better
happy to
match.
see that, dude. And it's interesting to take it off Punk, take it off of AJ Lee. And I think they just want some time away personally. And then Roman on the after show because everybody keeps calling him like a part-timer, which he is. He admitted that before, like he doesn't need to work full time. Um, he said like, be prepared because I'll be here all through summer. Like he'll be there all through the summer. So I'm assuming he'll lose at SummerSlam. But then keep it. He said on the post-fight show that expect to see him around. He'll be on Raw tonight. He'll be on Raw. And especially with Cody hurt, they're gonna have to use him too.
God, did you when Homeboy hit him or Randy kicked him and you could tell like it landed flush and wasn't supposed to?
I think it was, in my
Do you think it's a
opinion,
work?
looking at it, I think it was Cody's call to let that happen. Because Cody, so when I was reading the reports afterward, I was like, yo, like that's really bad for Randy to do that, not pull back with it. Cody's known for taking those harder hits, like those harder bumps to really sell it. That was brutal though. That shut his eye.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if he meant to sell it that well because like that's bad.
I honestly, there was a part during that match that I was like, oh, Cody's gonna lose and Roman's gonna lose because they're gonna have to start their tour promo stuff for Street Fighter. Like to me, like that made sense.
Right.
They lose, they didn't get to go do that, then they come back. Well, then Cody wins, and I was like, okay, I guess Cody's still around. I literally had you in my head going, Cody Hogan, here we
Yep.
go,
Yeah.
woohoo! The
At
Pat McAfee
WrestleMania.
when Pat McAfee came out in the ref thing, I was like, oh, here we go. Here's how we're screwing Cody out of the title. Like, here we go.
No.
And then when, for no reason, I understand what
Zero
they,
reason, bro.
the angle they tried to do, but there was no reason for Randy to just grab the ref and RKO him like that.
Yeah, to grab the ref and do that, or to Pat McAfee and do that. Like
Yeah.
you set up like the mystery calls, you set up all this like mystery opponent, a mystery helper, and blah blah blah, just to RKO him. Like it didn't make any sense. And then I'm trying to figure out like what are they setting up? Is it going to be like a SummerSlam of Randy against Cody?
I
Like
think
because
so.
it's I mean they're gonna have to take if they do it again. I'm assuming they take the belt off of him. Because heel Randy, face Randy, whatever Randy wants to be is epic.
Yes.
Randy just needs the belt again. He deserves the belt again.
At least one more before he's
One
gone.
again. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. And so Roman and Punk, I mean, I will say, like, great match from both guys. Was not
Mhm.
expecting it, was expecting it
No.
to be shorter than it was. And it really was almost as if those guys knew, hey, night one sucked. Not much on here was a banger. Like, we got a Shawn Michaels Undertaker this thing. Like, let's go. And I
I
will
was about
say
the
they
same thing.
100% delivered.
Yeah.
I'm curious now if Punk really is going to go away for a little bit. if Roman's still here, who's Roman going against now? We don't need it to be Obi yet. Like Obi keep
No,
being
can't be
him
over
doing his
yet.
thing. Don't do that yet. So who's
Yeah,
next to be coming at Roman for that if Punk really is going to go away for a while?
right. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think of it last night, like when he goes on there, who's gonna try to challenge him? And I honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know the direction that they're gonna go because sometimes it's just dumb. Like the first person that they bring out like isn't good. Like maybe it's this when we bring back KO, and KO wants to go against the Tribal
Ooh,
Chief again.
see, that would be
You
good.
know, like that would be kind of fun to see. I thought he'd be coming back at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was
Um,
expecting it. A couple different matches. I was like, KO's coming out. KO's coming, and then he wasn't. I was like, damn it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I'd like to see that. I don't know who they're gonna put him in a storyline that's gonna make much sense, and I hope it's not like the Vision or anything like that with Paul Heyman. I hope all of that stays away. I don't want any of that because I obviously Austin Theory and Logan Paul can't do it,
no.
and then the
Braun's
Tsunami guy's
busy.
still out. Bronze, yeah, Bronze with Seth.
Yeah,
So yeah, hopefully they're out of it.
and there's no blood guys line in Raw, so it can't. We can't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess we'll see tonight at 5 because I'm assuming he's going to open the show.
yeah, fair. What'd you think
And then
about Danhausen with the Hausen midgets? That was great. Come on.
bro, carrying the Miz away was so damn funny
Yeah.
that his
Oh,
Danhausen like staying in character everywhere he's at. He always and I saw an interview with him out without his makeup on, and him saying like he only does the voice when he's in makeup, and like when he's in makeup, he's 100% in character no matter what. I love that.
yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yep. I told you. I told you when he showed up. I was like, you're gonna love this dude. And has he
Yeah, I was
disappointed
not
yet?
a I didn't know what to expect at first because there's not a lot of guys where you can see them like besides like the old school managers where when they came on the screen you knew like Jimmy Hart, you knew Virgil, things like before Virgil
Yeah.
wrestled. They
Teddy
do things
Long.
where like, oh, they're just behind the scenes, right? Paul Bear, right? And so like I don't know, you see that type of stuff and you're like, oh, this guy's actually freaking hilarious and I think it's really good.
Yeah. And he's had what, one match since he's
One
been here,
match.
and yet that crowd loses their shit. His little car was so great. He looks back at the midgets, he's like, let's go.
Dude, he did the smoke and then dove onto the ring and even Cena was like, that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was actually pretty funny.
oh, it was so good. I love him so much. This is why I
Yeah.
was telling you. I was like, dude, just trust me. He's gonna grow there. And then look, the next time we talk to you, like, you're right. This dude's great.
Yeah. No, he's his backstage stuff is exactly what we talked about before, how I feel like WWE needs to bring more of that to it. Like
Yeah.
some more of that filler stuff because I enjoy the backstage content. And Danhausen does it epic.
When he goes, I have something to say to you to John Cena, and Cena's like, what, me? What? He's like, nice to meet you. Been a big fan.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. That's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed Danhausen quite a bit. Again, night two, everything with it was just feel like it was just a good WrestleMania.
Yeah. And that's what I was wondering. Let's maybe go back to one nights. I
Yeah.
understand money and all this stuff. I want to do whatever you want to do, but
Mm.
also it's okay to do the like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. It's okay to make those one night things.
I agree.
Yeah. It will
No, I
be
absolutely agree.
it'll be interesting to see when they go to Saudi next year, the money that's going to get put into that, like what that's going to look like.
Well, yeah, because who they can get back too. With that kind of money, you can get big names. Like, do you get Stone Cold? Do you get The Rock? Because like that's the kind of stupid money, like the FU money that the Saudi prince would be like, hey, I'd like to see The Rock against a Roman Reigns. I don't think that'll happen because Roman kind of said it in his post-fight thing, like with CM coming back. I think he said it before with CM coming back, like that's like an older generation coming back into it, to where that's like bringing back The Rock. It's like bringing back Stone Cold. He's like, I thought we were ahead of that. Now we're
Yeah.
bringing people like CM back to sell tickets. That was very raw and true. It absolutely is. But it's fun to see CM Punk there. Um, I think that match that he had was probably like the most he can do though, because he was physically drained at the end of it, which
Yeah.
who wouldn't be? That's
Yeah. Oh,
exhausting.
yeah. And that's the
Yeah,
thing. If Roman has the belt, CM Punk takes some time off, whatever, whenever he does come back, I don't necessarily see it being for a belt. I see it being for a short time. Who's it going to be against type thing? Like it'll get interesting when he comes back, what the storyline will be. And or if he comes back, Like we could live in a world that like when, in a couple weeks he could show up and decide he's retiring and let's not like no shade, he's gonna be a trainer in the PLE. Like
Sure.
that's 100% gonna
Well,
happen.
I mean, like AJ Lee, when she was done with it and they talked to her behind the scenes, right? She said she didn't get to say goodbye the first time. That was kind of like cryptic. It's like, okay, are you leaving then now? And she's like, I'm not saying goodbye. Like, I'll be around. So I just don't think she's gonna do like a full tour like she did this last time. Because like you and I talked about, she was here for a good time, not a long time. She wanted the fans to say hello to her again. She wanted the opportunity to say bye, kind of like Edge, right? You come in, you want a chance to say goodbye, you want a chance to do it your way. And with this regime, they're allowing that.
Yeah. I know we don't hate it. We on the side keep up on it, but speaking of Edge, did you see Darby Allin won the world title at Everett,
I
meaning he
didn't.
won it in his home state? Like it's good for my boy. Climbing Mount
I did.
Everest. He's got the title. Sting came out to congratulate him. Like, good on Darby Allin. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was in Everett until I had looked into it a little bit more, and that's fantastic, man. It's good that they finally did that for Darby because the guy literally kills himself for that organization.
Yes.
Like
And
it's outstanding.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't ever see a world of him coming to the WWE, but it would be interesting to see if
Yeah.
he ever did, but that's not going to happen.
So one thing I wanted to bring up, the Hall of Fame. I don't know if I've ever been as disappointed in a Hall of Fame as I was in this one, to be honest with you. Stephanie McMahon, that's great. Psycho Sid, they did nothing for. They did
Uh,
nothing for him. Like the kids just stood there and just, hey, like they just man, talk about just a we were talking about wanting him in the Hall of Fame. Bypassed right over him, bro. Like AJ Styles didn't need to do a long speech and he didn't do that. He just kind of went in, went out. Still feels like he has some stuff in the tank, so it's weird seeing somebody so young going into the Hall of Fame.
yeah.
But I honestly don't feel like that this was a very good Hall of Fame. I don't think that they gave justice to the other people that weren't, AJ and Stephanie.
Fair. Like Demolitions felt like it's good they're in, but it also just kind of felt, we're giving it to the
Yeah,
old guys. Okay, move on.
exactly. That's exactly what it felt. And then Sid Vicious's kid came out and said the exact same thing. I'm watching it, I'm like, this is garbage. He came out and said the same thing. He's like, hey man, kudos to all of you guys that got in. This is my dad putting himself over from the grave like he had to do every time in WWE.
Yeah.
Like, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. And then I step back and I look and I'm like, dude, the amount of people that should be in the Hall of Fame that still aren't is just baffling to me. Like again, Bam Bam Bigelow wasn't a champion, but he was a namesake in WWE.
Namesake in wrestling, period.
Yeah, like everybody knows
You're
that
putting
name, Bam
Dennis
Bam
Rodman
Bigelow.
in. You're not putting Bam Bam in.
Right. That's my problem with it, right? Yeah, we have Dennis Rodman of an NWO. Like that was WCW. Like what the
Yeah.
hell are we doing, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so and somebody brought up a list. I didn't know that Sensational Sherry isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
they
she
put it on
was.
there.
Wow.
Like Sherry and like Jerry Seinfeld, Jerry Springer, I mean, sorry, Jerry Springer, things like that. Because like those people, I mean, Sherry, I mean, holy shit. Like, how
Yeah.
could she not be in the Hall of Fame?
That's weird as hell. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then they're talking about Saudi Arabia would be the place to do Vince.
That'd be hilarious. I don't know
That'd
if
be
they could do
wild.
that, but that'd be hilarious.
You got to do it before the guy dies. I mean, every time I see him,
Yep.
he has a new facial reconstruction and he's looking more and more like a cyborg.
You're looking more and more like a comic book villain.
He does every time, man. That little that pencil mustache
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
brutal.
I don't know. Because I mean, if let's say he goes in, does Stephanie put him in? Does Shane or does Triple H put him in? Like they're gonna get booed when they go up there. So will they get booed? I don't know that the universe. I think fans like as you and I, fans of Vince, what he did for wrestling, what he did
Yeah,
as a character in that ring, we can sidestep what he allegedly did as the person. If all that's true, that's dog shit. That's a shitty person.
absolutely.
But the businessman, the man who gave us this when he was, heel Vince in that ring and the power walk, all that, we can separate the two.
Yeah,
But it would be interesting. Like, I don't know that he comes out and says anything or does anything. So that'd be interesting.
yeah. And I was thinking about that. Like it would have to be, in my opinion, it would have to be Stone Cold or Undertaker that get him into the Hall of Fame. Stone Cold really pushed like that time with their rivalry that happened. Like that was massive,
Yeah.
massive time right there with him and Stone Cold. That pushed the WWE. I mean, Stone Cold really didn't like, not save the WWE, but in a way, it really
I'll say
like
he did. 100%
yeah. I
did.
mean, it
He
definitely
reinvigorated
catapulted.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm interested to see who they do for the next year's Hall of Fame inductees because again, there's a good list of people that are not in there yet that should be.
Shane's not in there yet, is he?
No.
Do you think he should go in?
Yeah, I think all the McMahons need to be. I think that they were all critical to the success of the WWE. I think
Yeah.
everything from Shane buying WCW and doing the raid over there to
Some of
doing
those bumps he took.
the bumps, yeah. The first guy to jump from one ring post to the other and jump through a trash can like that was just
Yeah.
epic. Yeah.
And the one, remember when him and Angle and he was supposed to go through one plate glide, it wouldn't break, and they just kept dropping him on his head. Like, yeah, Shane deserves to be in.
I agree. I agree. If Stephanie's in there, Shane could be Shane's the same thing. But I
I
think
also
Stephanie
wonder if
says
Shane might turn it down though. Like Shane, I didn't see Shane there last night.
I didn't see Shane there at all.
And you think if your sister's going to Hall of Fame, like you think he'd be there. So like, I wonder if there's
Yeah.
something.
He might have been in the background and not in the crowd. That as
That's
well.
true.
Sit
That's
back
true.
there like
He
by
didn't want to take the
gorilla.
shade off his sister. That's true.
Because that'd be the storyline. Like Vince
Yeah,
is there, Shane's there. They were probably
that's
there to
it.
say congratulations to her if she's talking to him. I have no idea.
That's fair.
Because again, if everything that's happened is true, he's a disgusting human being. So
Ugh,
it's that type of deal is where it's like shit. Put him in the Hall of Fame as Vince McMahon the character, but it's like Vince McMahon the owner is just a allegedly a very not good human.
yes, agreed.
So
Do you think if Brock's really done, is there a world we live in where we get one more Brock fight in the UFC? Because the heavyweight division there's trash right now. We know
no, I
Saudi
think it's too
money's
old.
involved, TKO's involved. Do you think
So if his what is that paterculitis? What is that itis thing?
diverticulitis?
Diverticulitis. Yeah. If that's under control, I mean, the guy likes money. I mean, I'm assuming they'd probably have to give him the 30 million that they're going to give Jones when Jones is going to fight Aspinall. And how do you say no to $30 million? I
Right?
mean,
I'll take $30 million for 30 seconds of getting my head kicked in. Let's go.
sure, sure,
Yeah.
sign me up. Who are we fighting? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know because of the fact that he failed the steroid test, the last one, and like the whole Mark Hunt suing them
Yeah.
because of it and stuff. I don't know if they're gonna want that to happen because we both know that he's on some kind of a program. He's too old and too big to not have some kind of a cycle going on.
Fair. Fair. It's still be
Whether it's
interesting though.
TRT, whether it's TRT, whether it's an actual steroid cycle, I feel like he looks like he's on something.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
Yeah.
Uh what else was I gonna ask you? Did you see the newest addition to our fight card for Koga?
I saw one this morning. Are
Yep.
you talking about the heavyweight title?
Yep. I'm for it. I'm for it.
Dude,
Let's
I
go.
love Diedrich, bro. I love Diedrich. Diedrich's my boy. He's been my boy for the past four fights. Yeah, since I first saw him fighting on there, I'm excited. I'm excited, and he's going against a tough fucking Canadian too.
Yeah.
Like I'm
It's gonna
excited to
be
see that going on.
it's gonna be a shit. Like I saw it this morning too, and I was like, wait, my brain was like, please tell me this is getting on the new card. Like it's not
I
we're
know.
not doing it for the next one. I was like, wait, when I saw the date added, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Shaping
that's
up
a
to be
big
good.
one. That's
Shaping
a
up to be
big one.
good.
I know, man. I'm looking forward to a lot of those matches. I'm excited to see Joe once the dust settles on who we're gonna have for Koga on the 23rd at Clearwater. I'm excited to see. I know that Caleb has been putting in some flipping time. That boy is putting some time. I know Black Lightning. I know Johnson's wanting to get on that card. I don't know if there's going to be a spot for it still, but I know I know Johnson is back in the gym and he's ready to go. Like that boy is next level. Caleb, I love you. You're my guy, and you know that. Brought Johnson up to train with Caleb, bro. Light years, light years. Wasn't even he's singing, he's skipping. Hey, Johnson's Black Lightning's having a dandy of a day, just beating up on both my guys. Where I'm like, what is going
What
on?
is happening? Yeah.
Johnson's a hell of a fighter, bro. Hell of a fighter. His AMI record was 20-3. I think he's 3-3 right now. Johnson's due for a run. I'm hoping that he gets on the 23rd card.
It makes sense now why when I said to Joe, like, come on, talk to me, man. Let's break down the card. And he just keeps going, wait, like, I will, hold on.
Yeah.
Seeing that day, I was like, oh, this is why we're holding on. Like, he ain't done yet.
No, he's pivoting and moving some stuff around and adding. So now that's two title fights. Singh is defending his belt,
Yep.
and then you have the heavyweight guys going after a belt.
Yeah. It's gonna be
I'm
good.
excited. We're gonna get Dietrich on here, get his opponent on here.
Yep.
I'm excited for that fight.
We're banging them all out.
Oh, absolutely. You
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is gonna be a hell of a run we're gonna be on.
Yep. So excited. We're gonna have to like block out Mondays. Like, nope, we're doing this at noon, this at 1. Like, we're busy
Yes.
today, guys.
I thought about the exact same thing. I was like, that's truthfully what it is. We have the Monday where it's the 12, the 1, the 1:30, the 2, whatever they have
Yep.
with it, and we cycle through those guys. And we have our notes sitting right there, like, oh man, did you hear what they said?
Yep. That's the one thing we got to do. Essentially, like blue corner in one day so that we can put it out. So then when the red corner comes on, they can know, or vice versa, they can know what the one said. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do the two guys find each other in the same day unless we can somehow do a 4-way thing, but I think that would get awkward. But we definitely like, oh, we're gonna pimp the hell out of this. It's gonna be great.
Yep, I
Yep.
agree. It's going to be a blast. People are in for a treat.
Yeah. And especially I love that room. I love how small and like I love Tulalip, but there's something about that room over there. It's great. It's gonna be great.
The casino's fantastic. Everybody's cozy in there. You after you're done, all the fighters are still walking around. It's not a massive, massive casino floor, so you can go out, hang out, and go see some of those fighters that put it all on the line out there. Go hang out, get their autograph,
There's
take
there's 3
photos.
title fights. There's a BMF title on the line. There's 3 title fights.
There is.
Holy shit. Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's going to be a big night.
Oh, he's got the cage in the background.
Oh, he's set up. Look at him go.
Oh yeah, guys. I was trying to pick a spot. I got to set my phone down somewhere. I'm like, what's a good backdrop?
That is the perfect jackpot for our guest. He is the head coach at West Coast Fight Team, which is a great team that I'm very familiar with being with Koga. He's 6-2. He's got a fight coming up at A1, next weekend? Yeah, next weekend, right?
Yes.
Yep. Going for a title fight. How are you, sir? Talon?
I feel good. I feel really good, man. I'm feeling good, excited, ready for the fight.
Nice.
Last week of, conditioning is this week. So we're going to be going really hard this week. Next week, it's more focused on getting my weight down. So this is my last week to go hard. Excited about that.
Nice. Before, I knew who you were as the head coach, but then the last time I saw you, you were in the cage against RJ. I'm curious, when you took the time off from fighting, was it to focus on being the head coach, life in general? Like, what was the pause in the fighting for?
It was a combination. I mean, the thing is, I'm 6-2. Those 2 losses, they were back to back, and they happened like right at the end of 2019, and then the other one was right at the beginning of 2020. And when you take 2 losses in a row, usually you go, okay, well, let's step back from competition for a little bit. Let's train and think about stuff. Let's try to get better. That's what I was going to do. But that happened to just fall around right when COVID happened.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, I take that time off, like I tell myself I'll do. Let's, pull back from training for a little bit and come back in and really refocus and try to get better, blah, blah, what you do when you lose. And then because of COVID-19, the whole fight game got shut down for quite a while. So there wasn't really an option for me to fight. But also, my coaches who owned the gym before me, they were having trouble on the business ends of things with the gym and COVID and all that. And the gym was very nearly going to shut down. And, of course, we were all going through life stuff around that time in COVID. Some of us I had to move, like there's a lot going on. But I thought that West Coast Fight Team would close down, honestly. And what ended up happening was, I'm not going to get into all the details about it, but my coaches came to me and they asked me if I would come in as a partner and eventually just take over and try to keep the gym alive. And, I was already taking time away from fighting and I didn't want to completely walk away from the sport. So I came back, and I you call me and ask me to do something for West Coast, it's like, I'm doing it. I'm in, and so then for the next few years, I was very focused on, the business, the fighters, getting the fight team back, getting everything kind of rolling and having West Coast, as my main priority. And I feel like we've accomplished that. I've got the gym, operating at capacity. We're doing great. The fight team's looking good. My guys win their fights, and I want to fight. I miss fighting. I love fighting.
Yeah, that's fair. That's the one thing I'm sure you've heard on the broadcast or the commentating with Ed and I is, as you can attest, like when you're a fighter and a gym has your name on the back, yes, it's you going in to fight, but it's also a gym supporting you. Your name's on like that, the weight of that. And, every time a West Coast fight gets in there, like, it's like, okay, well, we know what we're getting when these guys get in our cage. So then to be like, oh, wait, their head coach is getting in this cage, proving something to himself, but also to like all his guys. I was like, here we go. And now here we go, getting a title fight on Uriah Faber's promotion. How'd that feel when you got that call?
Honestly, I was in Vegas when the call came in. It was Eddie that called me, Eddie Blackburn, if anybody knows that name. Eddie called me while I was in Vegas cornering for another one of our guys, Dylan Paris. He had a fight out there on Tough Enough. And, it's a huge opportunity. But I don't know how many weeks prior, it was, I had just fought RJ a little while before that. And when he first mentioned it to me, it sounded like it was 8 or 10 weeks out. Turned out it was really only 6 weeks out. So at first I was hesitant, I'm like, it's only about 6 weeks out. I got to get my rear in gear right now. I know the licensing process for California is tough, yada, yada. But, opportunity comes knocking only seldom. And I don't want to allow opportunities like that to pass me by. I'm 34 now. I've been fighting for a long time. It's not something where I have to achieve a certain level to be satisfied with my career, but I am going to look back and think about the times that there were opportunities for me to take fights that I said no to. And this is one of those ones I don't want to say no to.
Nice. What, there's tape out there. What do you see in your opponent? Like, don't give away game plans and all that, but how do you think this fight's going to go for you?
I think the fight will go well. I think I'll win the fight. I'm going to do my best in there. I think he's a tough guy. I've watched what I could find. The truth is, I think that they've done a good job of, and this is something that, fighters or at least their management teams will do, is you try to not put too much out there where, savvy coaches or fighters that you're going to run into will study you a lot. So there's not a whole lot out there to be studied on this guy. Good clips of him, short clips of his fights that I've been able to see. He's a guy with good striking who takes angles, who pressures people and throws in combination. So a good striker, and he uses all of his tools. He's got punches, he's got kicks, he'll throw everything. I believe that the fight will go my way, though.
Nice. You have to believe that. Like, you have to go in knowing, this is going my way.
Yeah. But, he's a young kid. He's never been beaten as a professional. I know what it feels like to take that first loss, and I would love to be the one to serve it up to him.
Nice. So we're in fight camp. It's been going good, as you said. I'm curious. I ask fighters this all the time. What is the one cheat meal, if there is one, that you're working towards during fight camp? And after a fight, what is the celebratory meal you have?
Cheat meal. Celebratory meals for me is like breakfast. It's the morning after the fight, that's what I'm looking forward to. The night of the fight, everything goes well. We're going to go get, some greaseball burgers or something good and go to sleep. But it's all about breakfast for me. So it's the day after the fight. I'm going to have, hopefully, my coaches and my friends, and we're gonna link up and go get a big breakfast. That motivates me. And then
hopefully there'll be a title belt right there on the table.
Dude, I cheat on my diet the whole time. But when you get closer to the fight and you got to be more strict, a little trick some people might want to steal from me. You got that super lean Greek yogurt that's pretty good, If you add a little peanut butter to that, you stir it, it becomes like a certain texture. You put that into the freezer, let it sit. It's like peanut butter froyo.
Oh, I'm trying this.
That's happening
High
tonight.
protein, low calorie-ish froyo,
All right,
you know?
explain this to me again. What yogurt is it? I'm trying this. What is this?
Get like your lean, like high protein Greek yogurt, one that either has low fat or no fat, and then just take some Jif peanut butter, slop it in there. You can guess the measurements, whisk it up. It'll go to a certain texture. It's good like that, but you can take that, put it in the freezer with some plastic over it or whatever. Dude, it's like a bowl of ice cream.
Oh, I'm doing this. Look, Ryno's writing it down right now.
So that's my favorite
Ice cream. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. One other thing I like to ask is, we're all, well, Ryan and Ryan are older guys. You're younger than us, but we're roughly the same age. When did you start watching UFC? What made you fall in love with this sport? Who were the guys you looked up to when you were watching it?
Oh man, I don't know. I started watching UFC super young, really early. I watched the UFC fights from like UFC 1 and beyond that, The first UFC fight I ever watched, I remember it was George St. Pierre against I'm gonna forget this guy's name. I'm gonna draw a blank, so I'm not gonna sit here on camera and think about it. But it was the fight when after the fight, George gets down on his knees and he begs for another shot at Matt Hughes, and that was amazing. And like as a kid, George St. Pierre was a huge inspiration for me. He was just a good dude, and a very dedicated and just good martial artist in general.
Yeah, he's my number one pound for pound greatest of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's up there for me too. I just had this conversation on another podcast on Sway City Muay Thai. Number one for me is for sure Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, that's another good answer. Yeah, that's the thing, Ryno, when I talk about, like, that's how you can tell, we all respect the game, but when you can have a conversation with someone, depending, like they say John Jones, we can have a conversation. GSP, we can have a conversation. Mighty Mouse, we can have a conversation. They say like Rampage, you're like, hold on a minute. You watch some videos. Rampage is great. You can't say he's the greatest. Hold on a minute. So yes, Mighty Mouse, definitely one of the best all time.
So, Talon, I was going to ask you, buddy, because I was there cage side for your last fight and got to talk to you a little bit afterward, after that fight with RJ. And you're a character after the fight, bro. It was pretty funny breaking down some of those, like, why wouldn't he quit type moments. Did you go back and watch your fight a couple of times? And because it's been a little bit of a break since you had gotten in there. Some of those like takeaways of like what you would have done different. Like how are you with yourself compared to like how you are with your students?
I try to treat myself the same as I treat them and be analytical. I have to give myself a couple of days or more than a couple of days before I go back and watch a fight because, I have a huge ego. So I'm going to watch the fight and I'm not going to watch it totally, analytically as I should. It takes me a little bit of time to get through that part so I can look at it plainly. And there are some things I definitely didn't do correctly. Like I was entering in on my takedowns haphazardly. There was one spot where I think the commentators thought that I got rocked while I was shooting for a takedown. I didn't get rocked. I lost my balance. I shot like shit. That's what happened. And there were moments there, like one of the big mistakes that I made in the fight was that I believed that I could turn the fight into a technical exchange against a guy like RJ. Yeah, I thought it would make RJ fight me technically. No, you would not allow me to do that,
No.
And so, there were also aspects of my game plan that I had coming into that fight that I executed really well, and I'm happy about that. But there were things there like, I thought I could make that brawler opponent into a technical fight against me, and that didn't work. And the takedowns that I did shoot, some of them were not from the best position, and that's why some of those takedown fights were so tough.
Yeah, but I think you kind of hit the nail on the head though. Some of those shots that you were taking, yeah, they weren't exactly positions that you wanted, but you are physically strong enough that when you did get in those shots in, that you were able to get him down by overpowering with him. When you're doing that, like, do you coach the wrestling at your gym?
Me and John Mariansky, we do.
Nice.
And Reese Andy. We do a lot of wrestling here at West Coast. So
Yeah.
I've got an all ages wrestling program. that is 4 days a week. They also train with the fighters, and yeah, Reese coaches a couple days of that. Me and John coach a couple days of that.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah, we're definitely excited. I know Uriah Faber's promotion is a big promotion down there for you to get the opportunity to fight down there for the title as well.
I mean, how awesome
Eddie,
would it be to take a Californian belt and bring it back home to Washington?
bro, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's got to be a dope feeling to bring back to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pumped for that. I've got these, I've been trying to think to myself, what shorts do I want to wear for the fight? Because, I don't have like one pair of fight shorts that I fight in, but I have these West Coast Fight Team, Pacific Northwest themed fight shorts that I've made for our guys, and I have a couple pairs of them. I think those are the ones. I'm fighting in those.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
100%.
The evergreen trees with me.
Yep. Oh my God. I want to see a photo of you at breakfast. I don't want the belt on the table next to you. That's what I want. I think that'd be great.
Next to a big glass of OJ.
Just OJ, scrambled eggs, bacon, all that stuff.
That's gonna be rad.
One of my fighters came into the gym the other day and he brought me goose eggs, and he brought me like 6 goose eggs. They're like this big, just like gigantic eggs. And I took them home. I cracked one of them open, scrambled egg, ate that. If you've never had a goose egg before, they're roughly like 40 grams of protein per egg. They're huge, right? But they're also like an insane amount of fat for an egg. Like the yolks are way bigger than a chicken yolk, and they're really thick, So the eggs are delicious, but I'm like, dude, I gotta save these. I can't eat all these while I'm cutting weight, So I'm making goose eggs right after this fight. That's my plan.
Nice. I like that we're getting food tips. We got the frozen peanut butter, goose eggs. Like, this is great.
Yeah, if you can get access to goose eggs is where it's at, man.
Now I gotta try
That's
this.
dope.
We gotta
That's
try.
good.
We gotta try goose eggs.
I know. Now we got to try it. I was going to give a shout out to Eddie, man. Eddie, since with the One Speed management, it has been one speed, like he
Yeah,
says. And it's
constant.
been,
That dude is hustling.
yeah, brother. I mean, he talks a big game and fulfills everything that he is saying about. I know I saw you signed with One Speed, and then next thing I know, you're going for a title fight down there in Long Beach. And so, I mean, hats off to the guy. I talk with Eddie a couple times a week just about some nonsense shit, but he's definitely bringing these fighters to another level. Yourself as well. Getting to fight on A1, that's a big deal. How long have you known Eddie?
I mean, I've known Eddie a long time. We've been in the same sort of region of the fight scene for a long time. I had a different relationship with Eddie for a while there because I was not fighting and he was promoting and I was coaching. So he was, promoting fights with a lot of my guys when he was the matchmaker for WFC here in Washington at the Alani and at the Emerald Queen, and if you know Eddie, he doesn't hesitate to speak his mind. So me and him, we got on. And when I came out and said, "Hey Eddie, I think I'm coming back. I'm going to fight soon," he organized my first return fight for me. Fought James Pillard at the Alani Casino, thanks to Eddie and his matchmaking and his promoting. And yeah.
Nice.
And so then you signed with them, and now we're going for a title fight May 2nd in Uriah's promotion.
I haven't even signed with him. Eddie just called me on the phone. He called me on the phone. He's like, "I got a fight lined up for you if you want to take it." I'm like, "Eddie, I'm in Vegas right now." He's like, "You got time. We got to make this decision though." I'm like, "Oh shit," but that's Eddie, man.
That is 100% Eddie. That's why he's great. That's why he's great in what he's doing. Look, like, you're not even a client of his yet, and he's calling you going, "I got a title fight for you. You want to take it, buddy?" Like, that's who he is.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, get back to whatever you're doing. We're going to be watching when you're there. I hope I see photos
Yes,
of
sir.
you.
Thanks for the call, guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it.